episode 236 of the club. Today it's moving on from what we spoke about last week when I said about you have to break down your barriers between patients, and I think that's becoming more and more important with the fact that the barriers are going up between doctors and patients with the NHS, because it's getting more and more difficult to see a doctor. It's getting, waiting lists are increasing. Doctors are seen as these sort of people that are hard to access, and as I say, if we can actually fight against that in our private practice, then we can really get some proper clear blue water between our NHS and our private practice. And I think this is something that's been lacking historically with private practice. There's no clear blue water. It just seems to be the same as the NHS practice, but maybe the waiting time's less or something. It's a bit nebulous what's better about private practice. So if we can start to get some clear boundaries about what's better about private practice, then we can start giving patients a reason to want to have private care, and that will help to reduce pressure on the NHS. So it will help patients and it will help the NHS. And so moving on from the breaking down borders thing that I spoke about last week, I think it's not necessarily that we need to give ourselves, as the consultant, as the doctor, open access to patients. We don't need to be doing free video calls. We don't need to be, or free consultations. We don't need to be, beholden to answer the phone. When I say we need to make ourselves more accessible, the we is our practice. So this whole thing that I do is talking about building your practice like a business, not building your practice like you're a sole trader, even though you may be a sole trader, but building it and thinking of it more like a business, and giving patients better access to the business, to the practice. Now, obviously, you are an integral part of that, but you don't have to be the person that they have immediate access to. And so what that means is we need to start thinking about delegating. And I think that's something that we as doctors, I don't know if I'm just projecting myself here, I certainly have not found it easy to delegate. We find it a lot easier to do things ourselves. But if you've got a good secretary, if you've got a good clinic nurse, if you've got good people in your team, and it might just be your secretary or whatever, you can delegate to them. And you can say, look, why don't we have an experience where somebody can talk to them, my secretary or my clinic nurse? And you might say, well, yeah, they can. They just phone me. They just phone the number on my website and then they speak to my secretary. It's there already. But yeah, okay, there's a lot of things that are there already, but you can make a thing of it. So think, how can I make a thing of it to make it that I'm making this kind of more accessible, aside from saying you can phone me anytime, and what about saying we offer free video calls with a member of the team? Book a free video call with a member of the team. And a lot of times you think, what? What? They can just call. I know they can call, but there's a lot more value if someone can book. And some people won't want to do that. Some people will just call you. Fine. I'm not saying don't let them call you. You'll still have the phone number on your website. But what about having a thing saying you can book a free video call with a member of the team if you want to talk through your problems, and you book it, for 3:15 on a Tuesday afternoon. You have a bookable thing, and it's your secretary, it's your clinic nurse. As I say, it's not you. It is not you. It's a member of the team, and it's just the same as them answering the phone at 3:15 on Tuesday afternoon. And from their point of view, so they should treat it the same as that. But from the patient's point of view, they've now got an appointment to talk about their problems, because they know they're on lunch at 1 o'clock on Wednesday. They know they finish work early on a Friday, so they feel good that they can book a call with a member of the team. And a lot of this stuff is about manipulating things that you already do, and maybe your colleagues already do. Maybe everyone already does it. Everyone already has a situation where you can talk to a member of their team. Everyone has a phone number where you can talk to their secretary or their whatever it is, their clinic nurse or whatever. Everybody has that. But if you start putting a nuance on it, if you start putting it and say, look, book a call with a member of the team, and you can keep it nebulous like that, a member of the team, so it could be the nurse, could be the clinic manager, could be the receptionist, could be the secretary, could be the PA, whatever it is. It becomes a thing, and that's what it's about. It's about making it a thing, and once you've got a thing, then people can talk about you, and you can be remarkable, able to be remarked about. You need things that people can remark about, and they offer these things, so it might not be you might phone, it might be a bad time, might be lunch, might be engaged. If I know I can book a call at 3:15 with a member of the team, then that suits some people. Maybe. I mean, a lot of this stuff is like, try it. I'm not saying it'll work. I think it'll work, but try it. And what's the cost to you? You've got to somehow think of some kind of diary, online diary that people can book in. Or, worst case, you can have a form and you just say, put the time you want to have your free consultation. We'll let you know. Worst case, best case, you'll have an online diary like Calendly or something like that people can book into. But if you kind of make it a thing, it's just another way of breaking down those barriers. Say, look, if you've got a problem, if you're worried about something, why don't you just book a call with a member of the team? And as I say, I think video's really good. So you can call it a video call, you can call it a free video call, or you might think say, oh, I don't want to do video or whatever. You just say, look, just book a call. Just book a call with a member of the team. And I think, that is all part of breaking down these barriers between the doctors and the patients. And if you can really start to get some traction on this, get running on this, and then all of a sudden your private practice is, oh my God, it's night and day from my NHS practice. My NHS practice, there's no way anyone, can get to speak to my secretary. Is just a gatekeeper, and all they do is like book appointments, and they're like really rigid and all that. You start having an engaging. And that's the other thing. You've got to have people on your team who don't mind talking to patients. So, if you say my secretary is not very good at talking to patients, well, you've got the wrong secretary for your private practice. So hopefully the people who are on your team, your secretary, your clinic nurse, don't mind talking to people. It's night and day, and that's what you want. You want night and day between your NHS practice. If your private practice is just a mirror of your NHS practice, and it's just that you can do some other stuff and you've got a shorter waiting time, that is not good enough. You've got to start putting things in that make it amazing, and it's a question of thinking about how you can refashion, as I say, things you've already got. This is not taking any more, this is no more work, because these people would have phoned you anyway. You're not creating more work. It's the same work in a different way, but it's giving more value to patients, because it's just another way they can contact you and they can book these calls. Book a call with a member of the team, book a free call. That is a way that you can break down the barriers between you and your patients, which is what we spoke about last week. So there you go. Free tip. Take it, run with it, grab it, catch it, and start running. Just start running for the touchline. Let's go. Let's try and make our private practices better. Let's try make private practice amazing. Okay, MPPA, get a cap, MYPPA, yeah, make your private practice amazing. MIPA, yeah, red cap, white writing, MYPPA. Could it catch on? Who knows? You heard it here first. Just thought of it just now. Okay, make your private practice amazing. Let's do it. God willing, I'll be here same time, same place next week. See you then.